Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Who is with Ross Oteri. My name is Ross, and I'm here with Miss Maydha Sood, Seda Mood,
You gotta stop saying that.
Maydha
No, I have trauma.
Sood.
I have trauma from
From last week.
no, just my life.
Oh, is that really an insult that you used to get?
It wasn't like an insult. It was just like a thing.
They'd call you Seda
And
Mood.
and I was like, why?
Mm. You gotta Seda Mood attitude. A visage of state of mood. It's not a bad thing.
Jesus.
I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I actually think it's something that you should embrace.
Okay, dude. Anyway, what are you working on, Ross?
I have something that I need to cut together and edit in 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
So I'm gonna have to multitask, if that's okay. If you don't
I'm
mind.
assuming you're bad at it.
No, I'm great. Like
Based
I'm
on-
here, I'm present. What?
Okay.
What'd you say?
Nothing. What did you say?
I love you.
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Don't tell HR.
I am HR. Wait, if I'm HR, can I fire you?
Sure. Yeah, I'll allow it.
I'm good.
I
You're
also
on
have
thin ice, mister.
Oh shit. Okay. I also have a little bit of a cough, and a sniffle.
Yep.
Huh?
You party too hard, right?
No, I don't.
Halloween
Party.
weekend.
No, I don't party.
Halloween weekend.
I'm a boring guy.
What was your Halloween costume?
I was Andre 3000. Picture.
Who that?
Hmm?
Who that?
What did you just say?
Who that? No,
Who's-
I'm kidding. I know Andre 3000. He
Yeah.
had his latest album was like just instrumental and like flute and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was a good album. I enjoyed it. It was
Well,
good to study to.
Yeah. But I was him in the Hey Ya music video.
Oh, I did not know he was in Outcast.
Okay. I'm not judging.
No, that's just because I just don't know about hip hop groups.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Hip
I
hop
just know like
crews. You like to call them hip hop crews.
hip hop crews.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about them. I'm
Um,
more of a rock kind of gal.
Really?
Mm.
Who's your favorite rock band?
Your mom?
Nice. I have a question for you. Speaking of mothers.
Oh,
Do you tell the truth to your parents?
yes.
This question comes from the guest who will
The guest, yes.
I guess who will introduce themselves. Um,
Cameo.
But yeah, that was the question.
I answered yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
All the time. You've never lied to your parents ever.
Yeah.
Oh. Now don't just say that because I know your parents watch this.
Yep.
Hmm?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Always 100%
Yep.
truthful. Never once.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. Never lie to your parents, kids.
Interesting.
They're gonna know anyway.
You think?
I strongly believe that whatever you think your parents don't know, they probably already know.
There are certain things that I know my parents don't know because if they did, I would not be here on this earth.
That's very true.
You see what I'm saying?
I guess it doesn't apply so much now when we kind of live far away from
Uh-huh.
them. But like, if you live with your parents, they probably know shit that you think they don't know.
That is true. Is that your message to the children? Don't lie
Yes.
because they know.
Or I'm just saying, don't be complacent. Like, don't be so glib and think that you're so good at hiding things because your parents don't know what you think they don't know. They probably know. I feel like Phoebe and Rachel in that one Friends episode where they're like, we know that they know, but they don't
They
know
don't
that
know that.
we know that they know that we know.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the vibe. Basically, just don't be so cocky, bro.
I used to, whenever I would lie to my parents, I would always have scribble LIAR on my forehead. just as a way to be like, you can't catch me. Did I do that? You know.
Okay.
I'm a little stinker. I'm a liar.
What show is that?
Hmm?
What show is that?
What show is what?
Urkel?
That. Oh yeah, I do that.
What's Urkel in?
Family Matters.
Ah, that.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
Yeah, not surprising.
So you're always honest to your parents? No.
For the most part, yeah.
Me too.
Like, I think the only lies that I do are lies by omission.
Yep.
Which, like, I never directly lie.
Yeah.
I'll never say one thing and then.
I never lie. To my parents, if you're watching this, I never lie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the best daughter ever. You should send me money. Everyone, you should send me money.
We'll get
You
there.
owe me money.
You know who should send us money? Sponsors.
Sponsors!
However, speaking of mothers and money, I think this is a good place to introduce the guest, no?
I think it's a perfect place to introduce the guest.
Coming up next on Who Is with Ross Oteri.
Oh wait, can I do the introduction?
Go for it.
Coming up next is an up and coming filmmaker, a student, an artiste, and a super excited person who's in improv. And it's really scary for me to be around people who have been in improv with Ross, because I just like don't understand what's happening like half the time. But without further ado, Emmi Tsiapalis.
That's not her last name.
What is it?
Tsiapalis.
Davis?
Chopolis.
Chopolis.
Tropolis?
Chopolis.
It's Chopolis, obvious. Emmi Tsiapalis, welcome. I'm here with Emmi Tsiapalis.
Yes.
That's how you pronounce that, right?
Emmi Tsiapalis.
Tsiapalis.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yes, perfect.
Tsiapalis.
Emmi Tsiapalis.
Shibba-dabba-dabba-dabba-blue.
Tsiapalis.
Shibba-dabba-dabba. Emmi, we always start the show with one question. Who are you?
Who am I? That was probably the one question I could have prepared for.
Mm-hmm. I purposely didn't tell you it either when you asked if I needed to prepare anything.
I am Emmi Tsiapalis. Tsiapalis.
Mm-hmm.
I am Emmi, Emai, Emu, all forms. I am. Da-da-da-da.
Last name, Greek.
Yeah.
You're Greek, 100%, 50%?
50%.
Which side?
Dad's side is Greek, which means I'm more Greek than if my mom was Greek, so...
Explain that.
Okay. Well, Zorba Greek men are very powerful. So in any marriage, it's like always going to be more so on the dad's side. So that's kind of just Greek culture. Yeah.
You said Zorba Greek?
Yeah.
What is that?
There's a song. Like a Zorba Greek man sits at one end of the table and like slams his fist and talks about like the essence of life.
Mm-hmm.
Very philosophical, very alpha male energy, Zorba Greek man.
Interesting. Is it like just an archetype of man, or is it like a specific type of Greek sub-ethnicity or something?
I guess it's both. Like it's an archetype of Greek man, but I mean Greek is a sub-ethnicity. So
Okay, word.
there you go.
It's like machismo in like Latin American cultures, like the hyper masculine male, who's a little bit gay with his homies.
Yeah. He's not gay at all, though. He watches mostly, like, animal nature documentaries, and he relates to, like, the primal desire to, like, reproduce. Like, he's so alpha male Yeah, he loves nature documentaries. I do too, not for the same reason.
Why do you like him?
Well, Jane Goodall. Jane Goodall is the love of my life. My mother, I'm not religious, but she's the closest thing I know to a god. I know she doesn't like that. We're pretty close friends, and I watched her Final Last Words documentary on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, you know, there's the people who love me for who I am, and the people who love me like I'm a god. Unfortunately, I love her like she is a god.
Yeah.
Um, sorry, Jane, but truly, yeah, nature documentaries that are like her, I'm gonna try and recreate. On this upcoming week, we have a film project, and I will try and recreate the scene where the chimp turns to like hug her with someone in an Amazon chimpanzee costume, because how else can I tribute my love? So,
R.I.P. Jane Goodall.
R.I.P. Jane Goodall.
What's the story? You guys had a little bit of a relationship, didn't you?
Yeah, well, um, I, me and Miss Marchand, shout out, my librarian in elementary school, we would spend a lot of time together reading through all of the Jane Goodall books. And then I became quite obsessed and like really knew all that I could know about Jane Goodall because everything there is to know about her existed in our elementary school library. And she came to speak at the ROM in Toronto, but I wasn't able to get tickets. So by the time I found out, there's no seats. And within my school ecosystem, I was like so upset and like, yeah, very loud about it, loud enough that a mom who worked for, I think the ROM or the Jane Goodall Institute, but I think the ROM, was able to send the message through that there was a little kid who was super interested. And they put 2 seats down for my mom and I, and then we sat to watch. And then I got to meet her at the end. And when I met her, I was so starstruck that I didn't say anything. So then I wrote her a letter and she wrote me back. And then I wrote her another letter and she did not write me back. So
Damn.
I know. I know. I almost cry, but I won't. So all good.
Yeah. That love of Jane Goodall kind of like has stayed with you though, throughout your life. Like that's rare.
Yeah.
Because my childhood hero was like Kobe Bryant. But like as I grew up, I kind of like, you grow up, you get other heroes and shit and other interests and stuff like that, and then
Did
it
you
kind
ever
of
meet
fades.
Kobe Bryant?
Never. I had someone I knew. Well, someone my mom knew went to game 6 or 7 of the NBA Finals. I think in 2010 or 2011.
Okay.
No, it couldn't have been 2011. It was this Lakers versus Celtics. I think it's 2009. And got a picture of Kobe, like doing a turnaround jumper against like the big Celtics big three. That's the closest I got to meeting him. Um, but I was gonna say it's kind of rare to have that stick with you so much. Where, you know, on your passing, I saw you kind of posted like tributes to your hero.
Yeah, when I found out, I had just pulled like the first all-nighter I'd ever pulled the night before.
Mm.
I was in class, we were showing a project that I had stayed up all night to complete. And when the class was coming to an end, I had like a bunch of buzzes on my phone of people texting me about it. Thank God I didn't look until class was over because I like crying. Everyone who was asking me what was wrong was like, the monkey lady is dead. And that's just insane. At a certain point, that's just insane. So I went outside. I bawled my eyes about it for so long, like bawled my eyes out about it. Yeah. And that shit stuck with me. So one thing I was gonna ask you is, fuck Mary Kill fuck Mary Kill Jane Goodall, Michael Jackson, or Kobe Bryant.
Oof. I'm so sorry to do this to you, but I gotta kill Jane Goodall.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, I gotta do it. I gotta marry Michael Jackson, and I gotta fuck Kobe.
Even though he's a pedophile?
Kobe's not a pedophile.
Michael Jackson.
Kobe's not a pedophile. Um,
Good definition.
What the hell? Oh, what the hell?
I
Kill Jane Goodall for a pedophile.
I'm not gonna get on here and talk about Michael Jackson's allegations.
Yeah, no, but because I knew that you were gonna say kill Jane Goodall,
Yeah.
and so I needed, I don't know, I felt a little lost, and so I needed to set a certain tone for the rest of today, and it's hatred.
And it's kill Jane Goodall?
No, bro, you can't say that.
You won't even marry Kobe?
No,
Why?
he has a wife already. I don't want to do that to his wife.
Michael Jackson
Also,
Divorce.
had a wife.
Divorced his wife, and it was Elvis Presley's daughter,
divorced.
Yeah, but he's a pedophile.
allegedly. All I'll say is the FBI investigated Michael Jackson and found no wrongdoing.
I also had a phase of my life where I was very obsessed with Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the 12th grade during COVID in high school, and it was the first time I wrote a play, and I was like in my Michael Jackson phase, so it was like Mamma Mia is for ABBA,
Mm-hmm.
but for now you have to wait for it to be over so that you can edit it
No, it's
cleanly.
gonna stay. This is gonna be in everything.
Anyways, it was good. It was, yeah, people breaking into a convenience store singing Michael Jackson songs. Alpha, Beta, Omega were the 3 different characters. And it was obviously during COVID, so it was like 5 people on stage with masks, like doing the weird little like hip thing that he does. And it was great.
His hip thrust.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I'm
I-
pretty sure that Michael Jackson was like one of the first artists I ever heard.
Ever?
Yeah.
In life, yeah, yeah. Michael was like everything. When I was a kid for talent shows, I used to do a Michael Jackson impression, and it was like a smash hit
Let's hear
every time. No, like just dancing. It was a dancing impression.
hear
Sounded like that. I did want to ask you about like dancing though.
Oh yeah, let's get
because
into it.
you were a dancer as well.
Yeah. For
Sorry, I just got. I want to adjust the mic a little.
yeah, thank you.
From when to when?
3 years old until I was 15. 15.
Damn.
So, but it was definitely intensive. I was doing it full time by the end. So, 9th grade, teachers are saying, like, oh, if you aren't trying to do this professionally, what are you doing? Fair enough. We were in dance like 35, 40 hours a week. So, that's like a full time job.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to do it professionally. It was mostly just daycare-ish. My sister was a dancer and like was very passionate about it. Is a dance teacher now, and so for me, I'm the younger sister, so it kind of just made sense that I would go along. And yeah, I did get into it. Like I love tap dance. I still love tap dance, but that's just because it's like spazzy and a way to get a lot of energy out. And improv is the same. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What was your favorite? I mean, like moment from like your 12 years doing dance.
What was my favorite moment from my 12 years doing dance was probably when I was recruited for Team Canada tap dance.
Wait, what?
Let's go.
Hold on.
Yeah. That's the best like story that definitely came out of it.
Oh.
There's other things like when I was, abusing the power I have of like my period coming
Mhm.
and I was like, "Oh, I don't want to be a dance right now." And so then I'd be like, "What is that chocolate I can smell? Like, it's coming on, teacher. Like, Miss Kelly, I swear I have to go home because my woman senses are telling me that it's about to happen."
Oh.
And so I got to go home for this experience. And I did that 3 to 4 times. Yeah, but Team Canada was, in my opinion, a bit of a scam. They would go to a dance competition and note down the people who had a lot of involvement in like tap routines. And then they'd be like, "We'd like to offer you the opportunity to audition with us to ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da," to like all of these names. And then, you go to the audition. Some people are kind of like granted a spot on the team, but you have to audition anyways. Kind of like improv.
Right.
Um,
Damn.
but-
Controversial.
I just went to the audition to see how it was. The vibes were really weird. And then they tell you at the end, like, the people who are kind of already, like, given the go-ahead,
Right.
how much it would cost. So much money.
Yeah.
So much money. You go to Germany for like 3 days, but it's not worth it to buy all of the merchandise. And yeah.
They don't cover shit. Damn.
No, no. Because think about like anything that actually has a Team Canada. Is there tap dance? No.
No.
So
Yeah.
who's running Team Canada tap dance? People, it's like a private whatever.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Damn. I mean, you were good enough to get on.
Good enough to do it often enough to be recognized that I'm doing it often, and then them say, yeah.
Do you get to do much tap dancing besides on stage?
What do you mean?
In improv, I mean, do you get to like, I don't know, do you get to do like tap dancing in like at a rec center, a dance, whatever?
Honestly, never. The amount of like super niche hobbies I've dedicated my life to that will never have any relevance in my day-to-day life are all of them.
There's one that kind of has there's one that kind of has relevance to your everyday life, which is horseback riding.
This is true.
Yeah. So after you like did tap, you got into riding horses.
Yeah, my sister graduated, and then I had the opportunity to do whatever I wanted, and that was horseback riding. So, horseback riding, but also like mothering a baby donkey were
Mhm.
like the two different things that I was doing there. And then COVID hit, and I had the opportunity to just go all the time, and it was great. Yeah, riding one horse, and then going to Iceland and horseback riding there, and then working on a donkey sanctuary in France, and then now living at a riding club.
What took you to Iceland and what did you say, Germany? No, that was tap.
Just Iceland was
Oh.
the most like privileged thing ever. My parents have this thing where whenever you turn 16, they take you on a trip to wherever you want to go.
Okay.
I said Iceland, horseback riding.
That is
So
a
my-
different tax bracket, my friends.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, oil and gas.
Mm-hmm. So why'd you choose Iceland?
I don't know. I was 16, bro.
Yeah.
It was sick.
You mentioned that you kind of stopped doing it after your sister stopped, and you kind of got into tap dancing, like when your sister was interested in dance. Would you say she's like a pretty big influence on you?
No,
Hmm.
bro, I'm like the older sister.
Explain it, because I don't get that. I've heard it from other younger siblings, but
Well, I don't know. You walk up to people and they see both of us and they assume that I'm the older sister. That happened one time, but I'll hold on to it for the rest of my life. And I think I just have an essence to me that seems older and wiser and more mature. Like I've probably lived a life before, so it's hard to explain
And
in
better.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm probably just a little bit better, but who can say that for sure?
Yeah.
Who can say that for sure?
What's her name?
Marley
Marley.
and me.
That's my dog's name, Marley.
Oh, tragic.
Oh, all right. It's better than Silver.
Silver,
Yeah.
bro, help me name my dog.
You're living with horses
Yes.
nowadays.
Yes.
You mothered a donkey.
Mother to donkey.
You got 2 dogs that are your own,
Kind of.
pretty much, functionally.
Functionally.
Animals.
Yeah. Jane Goodall.
That's the connection.
Holy shit, let's go.
And also, Dad's watching nature docs.
And also Dad's watching nature docs. Well, yeah, I'm like the biggest dad there is because I am nature documentary.
What?
Let me take that back.
No, I guess like, did it start from like this love of animals? Did it start from the nature dogs and then kind of like expand into the everything that you're kind of doing now a little bit?
Yeah. For me, my pipeline was like always never not having hyper intense interest in like animals.
Mm.
That's always been like a huge part of my life. So it's not super shocking that as soon as I'm at a point in life where I'm able to decide what it's going to look like for me, that it's like a horse farm with dogs. Like, it's just, yeah, is what I'm super interested in. And anytime I'm given the chance to choose, I choose it. But I what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I wanted to be Jane Goodall, and then I found out about malaria, and then was like, fuck, I can't be Jane Goodall.
Why?
Because when I was a kid, my parents didn't vaccinate me. So I had to do that all on my own during COVID.
Okay, wait. What was it, like an anti-vax situation?
Yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. And yeah, I mean, it killed my dream. Vaccinate your children or else it'll kill their childhood dreams. That's my message for the audience. Because truly, I was like, oh, I want to be Jane Goodall, but she got malaria twice, guys. And I'm not allowed to get vaccinated. So clearly, I can't do this. Then I went into high school and very early on was like, you know, approached with the opportunity to do a specialist high skills major in arts and culture. Didn't take any science classes. I haven't taken a science class in I don't know how anything works, to be honest, the fundamental years. And then went into film. And now that I'm in film, I want to do documentary. Oh, bless you.
I need a napkin.
Oh, Ross got a boogie hanging from the nose.
Thank you.
Ew. Ew, what the hell?
Men. Ew.
Oh, what the hell? Let me answer the question of who am I? Because I forgot that's an
This goes in,
important
This
one.
is all staying in.
This stays in.
Who am I?
Ew.
Who are you? Who am I but a boogie hanging from the nose?
Am I clean?
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So documentary.
Oh. Documentary.
So documentary filmmaking.
Stop doing that shit. I love documentary filmmaking. I have not done it at all. But I have the skills to make movies, and I have the special interest in animals and the experience with working outside. I'm just starting a mentorship with someone who is very successful in documentary. So please, 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 future, let that be it, bro. Let that be it. Yeah.
What is the difference between like documentary filmmaking and just regular?
Well, what is just regular?
Like stories, fiction,
Studio sets operate on 17-hour shooting days. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but it's likely not. It's like an 80-hour work week. Like, everyone there is working overtime all the time. And they function in a super money efficient way that is, in a studio. And you're kind of able to do everything, and it's most efficient to do everything really big in a short amount of time. So that's what that set looks like. I don't know if this makes any sense, but documentary, you're following a story that exists naturally. So what it's more likely to look like is contract work, which is 7 months on, 7 months off. I guess studio work is also like that, but documentary, you have the opportunity to travel and follow story and write as things come to you. I've definitely written short narrative fiction where it's trying to make something out of nothing. It always drives me a little bit insane. So following a story that already naturally exists, I think, is the best way to go about it without driving myself crazy. And yeah, opportunity to be outside and work that way.
When you say make something out of nothing, do you mean like just writing something from scratch and then shooting it? Interesting.
Mhm.
I'm a big fan of writing shit from scratch, having it exist here and then on paper and then in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you believe that the ideas actually start from nothing, or are they pulled from something?
Oh, like I'm starting to believe in like some weird ass esoteric conscious sphere of ideas that exists above us, and then it like dips in your brain and then goes back out.
Yeah.
And you have to like kind of grab it and then wrangle it and wrestle it and then put it. I know I'm like really talking like an artiste, but
No, a
yeah.
psychic told me That's how you know it's valid. A psychic told me that the same like little fairy guys that are gonna vomit an idea into your soul are the same ones that are gonna carry it out of your butt once you shit it. Like,
Mm.
and there's something about like the energy that brings something in is the most likely to be successful, because if it inspired you for a reason, then it's gonna like inspire someone else who watches it. Like, that's 1 + 1 = 2 logic, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. There's also something to like sitting down with nothing and then like struggling and hating yourself and like fucking like being like I have nothing, this is bullshit. Just starting to do it, just starting with nothing. And then slowly but surely ideas start to form and something's you just put shit on paper and it starts to maybe start to make sense until eventually after rewrite and rewrite it like actually looks like something real.
I find in my rewrites I lose it. Like,
Mm.
I start with something where I'm like, oh yes, I have letter A and I have letter J and I have letter K and they all rhyme, so that must make an entire alphabet. And then I start piecing it together and I'm like, oh my god, there's however many letters. I don't even know how many letters there are in the alphabet. Like, I'm totally screwed, man. I don't know how to piece this thing together. And then you do it in a way that is maybe not complete. You learn through it, I guess, but that's also kind of like the fine art way where you just like come up with something and then you're like,
Yeah.
half of the work is justifying it afterwards.
Oh, but I don't. You know,
Maybe no. Maybe that's a very film
it
student
is, but
perspective.
it
to
is
come from,
valuable.
but
It is valuable, especially
not
in
the
that.
end goal. Not the end goal to do
Yeah,
that, but you know.
it is valuable. I think there is value in that. I personally, I don't know, and I'm just hard on myself. I think where
Yeah.
I can't. I don't think I can justify it in that way. You know.
Have you
Um,
not ever like made something really
Not ever.
stupid and then someone watches it and you're like, what did you take from it? And they tell you something, you go, oh, like, but what did you intend to do with it? And then in trying to explain what you intended to do with it, you try to almost like make the movie more than what it actually is. So then you're just like, well, in theory, it's actually a representation. Have you ever done that?
um. Yeah, but no.
No.
Yeah, but yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's like a young creative's like coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you're showing someone something and then you're like talking through the whole thing and it's like this is supposed to be like a yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're like okay? Do you feel like the justification impacts you really deeply? Like, for example, if I make something and I wanted to mean one specific thing and somebody interprets it in like a different way, I'll spend so long trying to make them understand the vision. And then it's like a whole thing with yourself, and you're just like, what have I even made? Is this good or whatever? So, does that happen to you too?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I've had a lot of experience of wanting to write something and almost refusing to write what I want to write down on paper. So, like, I have this really big idea, but for some reason I feel like it's not going to be received well. So then I write it through comedy. I don't know if this is what you're asking, but that's essentially how I learned how to write comedy. Was
Yeah.
just like trying to appease what I think an audience would want to express my idea. Early stages of that looks like losing the idea and then trying to justify it, and you know, that whole process. But um Motherhood, I can't really reference it for podcast environments because there's no context, but it is kind of was a specific experience with that where it's like there was something that I wanted to write, I put it in, and then for a class setting, everyone was just like, yeah, great script. I did not get that at all. And then you make it whatever it is that they did get because you're asking them to collaborate, and so you kind of are, yeah. Yeah.
Well, to be clear for listeners, Motherhood is your short film. Um,
Motherhood, a one-man conceptual experimentation.
mhm. That's the full title.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
that's the pimp name, Slickback.
Yeah.
It is. It was something you conceived for I guess, one of your film classes.
Mhm.
But now that you've kind of submitted it to a festival, it's
One.
won an award,
Yes.
which will probably get you to submit it some more.
Yeah, I should. I should do that. And to everyone who worked on it, thank you. And it will be submitted to other places.
Um, like where could people number one go to watch that right now?
It's available on YouTube, which is through a link in my Instagram. My Instagram is tap_monkey. That was a recent change.
I saw it. I was gonna ask you about it.
Bro, let's go.
It'll also be probably in the description of the podcast below.
Yeah, please do watch it.
Yeah, and this conversation will make sense. Because Motherhood is this film about basically a woman who is the subject for this male artist, who is his wife, I think.
Mhm.
And how he's kind of taken her pregnancy and kind of like commodified it for his own art. And I don't want to spoil the movie. Just go watch it. But it's really interesting in the way that it kind of like, I don't want to say conceives of pregnancy just because I want to use the word conceive and pregnant. But like it kind of, in the way it like shows pregnancy and like the real hard task it is for, and I sound like the guy in the movie, the task it is for women, but then the man also will take some of the credit for providing a little bit of the batter.
Yeah, and take some credit. Like I said, it's about my dad who delivered me. I don't know. I mean, everyone talks about pregnancy as it's a joint task, and it is. I'm not here to be like, you're not involved at all, but yeah.
But it really isn't. I don't
Well,
want to sound like a matcha drinking man, but
there's a difference between gruesome and glamour, and like, he's also putting on a play while she's giving birth.
mhm.
So it's performative feminism at its most like political core.
Yeah,
How dare you?
yeah.
How dare you do that? Yeah.
I don't know. You play this with some really interesting themes. You kind of already touched upon like your dad, how he quote unquote helped deliver you. Um, what's the story there? Like, how did that influence like the film?
Thank you for asking. So when I was born, I love to tell this story. When I was born, April 28th, 2003, sunny spring day, and my mother decided she had her first child in a hospital. She wanted to have me at home. She wanted to have maybe a water birth, and the actually there might have been a midwife before, but she wasn't pregnant because she wasn't present.
She wasn't pregnant.
Pregnancy on my brain. She wasn't present for some reason. There was a traffic incident on the highway, so no one was able to get there except for my dad, my mom, and my aunt, who is a midwife, but because she was still in school, she legally like wasn't allowed to touch anything. So she had to coach my dad through delivering me. The story I understand was that my dad like passed out at some point trying to blow up the water bath, and my mom is like in bed shitting herself. Beautiful.
So while he's like he's just out for the count.
Well, he's just like
A little bit too much souvlaki.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The one like Greek phrase I know.
Mhm.
I don't even know if I'm saying it
I know
right.
Malacca.
Yeah,
Mhm.
chill.
Chill type shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it is also kind of interesting to like relate it to my parents because in a way, of course, it's about them, but it's also I didn't write it with like deep frustration for my father being a performative feminist and like the way that he took the attention from my mother doing this. It's just kind of I wrote it and then afterwards I was like, oh yeah, my dad does always talk about how he was the one who named me because he delivered me, but my mother delivered me. And that's like a fun little, you know, sometimes when I'm like talking with my parents, my mom will correct me on that. So
Yeah.
Nah.
How did your mother like the film?
She
Was
liked it. I first and foremost was like, that's not how your water breaks. I know. Yes, mother, I
go
know.
watch the movie to understand.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, they liked it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's not about them. So
Mm.
it's like, yeah.
Mm. To you, what is it ultimately about?
Uh, remember before when we were talking about how you write something with one intention and
Yeah.
then it doesn't really come across, so you kind of just keep trying to make it something good, and in trying to make it something good, you kind of forget the original intention that you had.
Mm.
So the whole thing started after I had shown the first film I had ever made called Virgin at a festival in Portugal. I went to do the work exchange on a donkey sanctuary farm in France after, and you know, was like, oh, I have to go, I have to go. And it's because I had lice. I had a sense of urgency, and I left that place really suddenly and felt like I met this like miracle woman on the bus back. It was like a 6-hour bus ride, so we got talking.
This is in Portugal. You met this woman.
Yeah, it's like kind of there's a lot of interesting bits to run back, and I feel the need to almost like say it quickly, but
No, no, no.
I know I should not because that's not the point.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, on the bus from France, the farm I was working on, back to like Barcelona, which is where my flight was going to take off. It was like a 6-hour bus ride, and the lady sitting next to me was sneaking her 18 or 19-year-old pug onto the bus with her. So, good conversation starter. The pug was like pissing all over her lap, and so I pointed it out, and then we started talking. And she was asking about my travels. I was asking about her travels. I told her about how I came to Europe in general, like to go to Portugal for my first film festival. And at that film festival, I showed my movie Virgin, which was the first movie that I'd ever shown to anyone ever, and it was received super, super poorly. Um,
Really? How come?
well, Carlos Regadas was the most important person at the Film Festival. He was the headlining. Um, and there's a scene in Virgin where horses are breeding and the horse hymen breaks and then blood splatters onto the screen. And Carlos Regadas got up and took his children out of the theater. So, so, so pretty much
Wait, real quick. For those who don't know, who the hell is Carlos Regadas?
experimental Mexican filmmaker.
Got it.
I don't really know him all too well either.
But he was the VIP of the event, and
He had
you
like
made, you made him walk.
headlining talk, and our student film corner event happened to be like just after. Our student film corner event happened to be just after Carlos Regadas had his talk during our student film festival portion, so it kind of looked good for him to go support the young filmmakers and go in. I was the second film there. It was a very hot room. I actually ran after him at one point of the festival and to ask or to apologize for showing his kids such like the content that they did watch, and he was so unfazed and was like, "Who are you? Oh, I've made my kids do worse in my experimental filmmaking. Don't worry, that's not what it was about." Which is super relieving because some other dude was like, "I stayed in this hot, small theater just to say whoever made that film Virgin, shame on you, and shame on whoever put this program together because you ruined this opportunity for everyone else after you." So,
Interesting.
yeah, he did not like my movie. He made it very loud and clear. At the time, my Swedish lover got up and at the time, my Swedish lover was like, "What the hell?" And then also my good friend Mickey was like, "What the hell?" And
In defense or
in defense,
okay.
small hot room. Everyone's been watching student films for like the last 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It was exaggerated how like heightened the emotions were, but I took that as like wow, my movie must be truly awful, like truly the most upsetting, controversial thing I could ever create. Um, and so when I was sitting on this bus with um, Elizabeth Ashley Clare's her name, with Liz, she was I was telling her about the festival, and she was just talking to me about like what she thinks it means to make good art, because she was also in Spain for a like program to do music composition for films. So then all of a sudden we're networking and we're talking about, maybe working together. Wouldn't that be so crazy? And well, I have to pitch for a class that's coming up in September, and what might that movie look like? And oh, like I'm really interested in this feeling that I have right now, which is thinking about what makes good art and what makes bad art. And I feel like what makes bad art is like, or what makes good art is something authentic and from your heart, but you're also constantly balancing that with what might an audience find interesting. So, how do you dress up that like authentic need or authentic voice so that an audience might hear it better? That is just insecurity, and then those things didn't come across when I tried to write it.
Mm-hmm.
But what that became was an experimental artist who is doing something performative.
Right. Okay.
So it's super not even related to it, just kind of just kept becoming. And then there was never two pregnancies until like a month and a half before we shot. It just things kind of just keep coming together, and you go, this is the story that makes the most sense to tell with the elements that I decided for myself, and now it's what's available, and now you're going to make it work with what's there.
It's interesting because, like you say, it only kind of came together a month and a half before, but it to me is like the thing that it's about. Like I can't imagine the movie without the pregnancies that are happening in it.
Yeah,
That's pregnancies plural. People go watch this movie.
I got other scripts for you. It was mostly just, I mean, I knew that there was going to be, he was going to be performing as an experimental artist who's going to do something that's like bad art. What was it going to be? Well, everyone in high school had that play where someone's giving birth, right?
Yeah.
Everyone
Sure,
did.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was like a communal experience and something that was somewhat funny. And then it became, oh, well, that's a woman's experience. So feminism became a part of it, because you're also doing it in an academic context. So it's important that you have something to say. And yeah.
I would like to relinquish my question now to Maydha Sood as a woman. And that's our time, folks. That's a great use of my question. There.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, we're sexist over here.
Me too. I like it. Sorry. I don't know. I don't know anymore, Ross.
I don't know.
Miss Andre doesn't count.
Yeah, Miss
It's not
Andrew doesn't
sexism.
count. One
It's a
time
fact.
Okay.
One time in English class, I did a presentation on misogyny, and my English teacher said, just to even the playing field here, does anyone know what misandry is? Oh, God. Whoops.
Was your English teacher a man or a woman?
No, she's a woman.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Maydha's getting inspired.
Yeah. Not by her though. By you.
That's just not true.
Miss Andre.
Oh, in that sense, then.
Misandry for life.
Misandry for life.
I'm spilling shit over here.
It's kind of chaotic. Can I do this one more time?
Yeah. I think that's a good place to leave it. I think go watch Motherhood. Again, it's in the description of this episode.
Doobly doo.
Huh?
Doobly doo.
Doobly doo. That's right. Last name Emmi Doobly doo.
Doobly doo.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Chill, no problem. I'm only waking up now. I feel like I gotta like. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's our show. And I'll catch you guys on the next Wednesday for another Who Is with Ross Oteri. Bye.
This has been a Valinov production. Who Is with Ross Oteri is recorded at CITR 101.9 FM on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Musqueam people. The podcast is hosted and produced by Ross Oteri, executive produced by me, Maydha Sood, edited by Soltan Sukareye, with graphic design by Heath Johnson, incidental music by Sean Henry Ikpa, and theme by Ethan Gohring. We'd love to hear your story. Fill out the guest intake form and you too may be featured on the show. Bye.